get started by downloading the Robinhood app.
Yo, check it out. New customers get $100 in bonus funds or bonus interest when you make your first $5 play.
Dollars in one 30-minute game. So when Scotty started the next, and now there's guys that runs based off what we've seen. So talk about how much TNC has changed. An example being that this started off when guys were making $250 when they won a game, and now there's guys that have the opportunity to walk away with tens of thousands of dollars in one 30-minute game. So when Scotty started the next chapter, I was having conversations with him since basically day one, because we were doing similar things. We were uploading a ton of like 1v1 extra content on my second channel, and guys were playing one-on-ones, and it was more like content based, but we were always trying to make sure people were playing for something. And it was, whether it was money or whatever it is. And at the same time, Scotty was putting on these 1v1s with his small team that he had at the time, and he always had money on the line. And he always was making sure, like, all right, the money that's made from this video, we'll be able to we'll take a portion of it that can get people out here, rent the gym, and then play for what's on the line, or play for what the rest is, or whoever wins will get the profit share. So it's always been about making money from playing basketball, because we know that the videos will make money. It's a simple math, right? But to see where next chapter has gone in just 3 years, from people playing for pride early on to then a couple $100 to now thousands of dollars, and also getting paid contracts and being able to do this full time as a job, like in just 3 years, it's a multi-million-dollar industry already. I mean, I keep saying it, but 10, maybe not even 10 years from now, 10, 15, 20 years, it can be a multi-billion-dollar industry, and people could be making a serious amount of money. So in 3 years, you guys see what we've done, and it's a testament to the production team, the team that we've built, the players, everybody that's genuinely trying to progress their game and make all of these games better, and it's going to keep going up, and we know it is. Sport is growing. A lot of times people ask the question, what if somebody comes in with a ton of money and just thinks that they can do what we've done? Like, in terms of just, obviously there's a lot of major players that the fans want to see play. But what do you think if somebody came in with all that money and just tried to start this from, like, what would stop them from being successful, and why are we successful? If somebody came in with a bunch of money and tried to put these games on, it would flop right away, because it would be too mainstream, and it just wouldn't make sense. There's no storyline, there's no arc. We have a beginning. This is from the dirt. Most of the people we hoop with that didn't maybe have the opportunities to play pro, or they're super tough or whatever, we found them, bro. Most of the people we found at the parks, literally playing with dirt on the ground at the parks, playing in small little leagues in different areas. So it just makes so much more sense than a big player coming in with a ton of money. And also, the next chapter, it's easier to see. As a supporter or a fan, it's easier to put yourself in the shoes of these players, knowing where the story started. And even to all the new fans we get every single day, like, you watch one thing, you get hooked, you like it, now you can go back and watch 1,000. Somebody comes in just trying to put on a big event, it's like, there's no story, there's no background, there's nothing to it. So I just believe so much in our product. I believe in the future. I believe in our players. I believe in our production. I believe in everything that we're doing. So anybody that wants to come in with any amount of money, it's just not good enough, to be honest with you. And they can try. The NBA can try. And large investors can try. Saudi Arabia can try, or whatever you want to call it. Because I know it's coming. You know, this is definitely a really growing space, but I think we got it. So much attention around one-on-one basketball. The potential of somebody like a Saudi Arabia coming in and putting on events, like, just from like a protection standpoint of the community, why is it so important to support when you can with everything we're doing? Yeah, I mean, what I'm gonna say will go kind of into that, but like, the people with the big money, like, if you want to be a part of something, I think it would be more beneficial to have that conversation with people like us who understand the market, understand the story, and know the formula to it. So that's kind of why I was saying that. But I think right now, where we're at, it's so important that the fans and the people that support what we do to continue to support us and continue to buy into the product. YouTube, everyone thinks that because they because they because they
When did creating become
know the formula to it. So that's kind of why I was saying that. But I think right now, where we're at, it's so important that the fans and the people that support what we do to continue to support us and continue to buy into the product. YouTube, everyone thinks that because they see the vloggers, people that have their channels by themselves, that are able to make a ton of money from it and get all this crazy stuff, like on the YouTube side, right, when people are on the low, but we have a team, so people want certain matchups and people want to see certain games happen and they want to see us kind of scale and scale and scale. We need that continued support, and we're always going to give the fans and the supporters what they want at the highest level that we can. So when we ask for your support, it's not like we're trying to beg. We're trying to prove to you guys that with your support, we know what we're capable of doing. When you guys buy into the product and you become members, we are funneling every dime of that back into the company to continue to grow it and the players so they can continue to get in the gym and they're not worried about having to try and make extra money on the side or whatever that is. And right now, it is still like that with some people. Some people are blessed to be able to be in the gym and have contracts. Obviously, they can do this full time, but it's not like that for everybody. But the more support that we have, the bigger this space can grow. And it starts with people like yourself that are watching this, that are willing to buy into the product. We need your support right now, and we're going to keep pumping it out regardless. So, yeah.
Would be getting in to the matchups. So, in a quick 30-second summary, who wins between J. Lou and Bucks, and why?
J. Lou and Rilla Bucks are going to open up December 6th for us live on our YouTube channel. The next chapter, free. And it's going to be the most viral game of the year. I mean, it's the end of the year anyway, so it only makes sense. And J. Lou hasn't had a game on TNC in a while. Ryan's down right now the last two games, so it's going to be a great game. But I got J. Lou winning just because of what I saw. Probably recency bias, probably a little Friga fan bias, but from what I saw yesterday and what we did in Frigmas, he looks really good right now. Looks really clean, and I haven't seen Lou move like that in a minute, so we'll see. I got Lou.
Day versus Lat.
So Day versus Lat. Day. Hey. Yo, Day, no, I'm just kidding. So Day, no, you don't have to leave. I was just joking, bro. I was just joking. No. Day already knows my answer. Look, I think Lat's a favorite in this game. I think that's my opinion. For some reason, I never have Day in these games. The reason I say that Lat's the favorite, though, is just because I think that his one-on-one IQ, I think he figures people out really quick, and I just don't know. That one I do think is going to be close. If the game goes longer, it plays out in Day-Day's favor to me,
because I think Day-Day figures people out very quick on defense, but Lat figures people quick out on offense. And I think Lat's defense is very underrated. So if Day-Day can hit some tough shots and he can knock down that jab three, because I think Lat might dare him. Everybody dares him too. But he's going to hit that. It's going to be a tough day for Lat. But I got Lat.
Keon versus Reese.
All right, Keon versus Reese. I had a hard time picking one for this, but I think I'm leaning more towards Reese. I wasn't actually high up on Reese when we first. There's gonna be so many different edits of me saying the same thing because we shot some podcasts. But when Reese first came to the showcase, I wasn't like crazy impressed. Up until obviously like the end of the tournament. I saw him here and there in some of the other games, but then when he won 30-1, I was like, okay, like, he can go, you know, this is a championship game. These two people made it to the very end here, so they can both go. And then he did 30-1 on him, so that was an eye-opener. And then what he did in Indiana, he definitely proved himself there. And the game against Lat, like, he showed what he's capable of, and I think Scotty brought up a good point that had that game gone a little longer, it probably plays out in Reese's favor. And in terms of Keon, like, I think Keon, he's gonna struggle guarding Reese, and Reese is gonna struggle guarding Keon. Anybody's gonna struggle guarding Keon one-on-one, but I just think Reese beats him to 30. That's all. I don't think it's like a blowout or like he's just goes on way more runs. I just think he beats him to 30.
Rob versus Darius Adams.
So Rob versus Darius Adams is obviously one that so many people are just ecstatic about. I'm very excited to watch it because I haven't seen Darius play too many 1v1 games. I've watched his highlights overseas, and he can score the ball at will, which is really fun because we know Rob does the same. He scores the ball at will. And they both can shoot from 40 consistently. They both can go for 40 consistently. And I've just heard so many NBA players vouch for Darius. I see when we posted, like, NBA players that obviously play at a high level, professional overseas basketball players, and these are people that we respect in this space. I know we as YouTubers might not get the most respect. I think we're kind of turning that page a little bit. We're getting some respect on the professional side, but you know, I know the pros are a little upset because the professional work gets thrown around here and there, but this is a professional 1v1 space, so at the end of the day, deal with it, I guess. But it's nice to know that Darius has so many people that are backing his game, so it's not just like people that might not know who he is in this space and know who Rob is. It's not like, oh, it's just another matchup Rob's gonna kill. It's like, no, Rob's gotta come correct, and he's really gotta be ready to play because this is a very real pro who's had a phenomenal career. I'm going Rob though, and I'll tell you guys why. I just feel like experience. Rob's also in his home state, and it's gonna feel like 1 on 500, 1 versus 500 in there, and I just think physically.
When you have plans for a night in and everyone craves something different, Uber Eats has you covered. From burgers to pizza, sushi.
It plays in Rob's favor, both offensively and defensively. I think that Darius may not understand the physicality in these pay-per-view one-on-ones, and I could be wrong. I know he's a pro. Like, people are gonna be like, "Man, you're tripping, Darius," and Rob doesn't know physicality in the professional world, whatever, right? But I just like Rob in the speed aspect as well. I think Darius is like 36, 34. Rob's fast, man. When you check out from 40 and you can hit from 40, you gotta respect that. But then when you get too close, it's like 4 dribbles I can get to the cup with ease, give you a bump. So we'll see. We'll see, but I got Rob. Gotta give a huge shout out to Darius, though, because of, you know, he doesn't have to step in and play these games. When he was in Indiana, he said many times, I want to play in this 1v1 space. And usually when you get a pro that wants to play, they're tough. They're tough in the ones, and I know he's going to be solid, and I'm very excited about the game. And I want to give flowers and show my respect to Darius for putting his rep and his name on the line in a completely different realm of basketball, because you know how internet can be. It's not real, but if he steps out and loses this game to Rob, no one's gonna talk about his accolades or what he did overseas for a little while. People remember you for what you did last in this space, but we as real basketball players and people that professionally work on their game, we understand that these games don't take away from what people have done and what people are doing. So just kudos to Darius for stepping up and taking the challenge for real. Because something like that, like, really helps us expand the space. People like Darius stepping up to the plate in big games like this will grow this one-on-one basketball space, because now maybe more pros might be more inclined to play a Cam or to play a Day-Day or to step up to the plate and really take on these challengers that might have a good rank on next chapter, and they've earned a pay-per-view, but then, like, these guys in the professional world obviously have earned a pay-per-view outside of what we're doing in the TNC world. So it's just cool. It's just cool, and it's just, we got a lot of respect for you. But it's still Rob money line.
Score prediction.
For that game? So it's tough to give a score prediction because I'm going to give one. Don't worry. But I haven't seen Darius play as many one-on-ones as Rob, so I'm so biased. But, like, I like Rob beating him by a good margin, like a 30-21, 30-23. That's solid. It's not like it's a blowout. It's a solid game. It's only a two or three possession game, but I like Rob ending on a solid run. December 6th, Cam versus Moon. We are turning a page in the book of basketball, not just one-on-one. This is completely like turning that page, turning a corner. We all see where this space is going and how much attention is on it. And to be full circle in a game like Cam versus Moon, two guys that have really helped bring this space up from the dirt. Like, Moon has the most one-on-ones and under his belt than anyone in the world probably. And Cam, like, he's just somebody that we found at a park that just, like, the story is crazy. The story is crazy for this, if you guys really think about it. And I'm just so, like, happy and grateful that they're headlining an event before things really get serious in the 1v1 world, especially with all the pay-per-views and the things we have lined up. But I got Cam. I got Cam winning. And I got him beating the brakes off Moon, like 30-19. Sorry, Moon. It's my boy. But he looks good right now.
I don't want anybody to think that this opinion is biased at all. But would you rather watch a game between two players that you know it's going to be close, or a game with one player that you're just a big fan of and you want to see them play somebody? Like, for example, would you rather watch a 30-29 of a little bit less skilled players, or would you rather watch a 30-21 and a top tier guy dominates?
I mean, that's a really good question. That's, like, really hard to answer because I enjoy both games.
Like a J. Lou Bucks. Like, people might not think from, like, a ranking standpoint that they're the best in this one-on-one space.
Yeah, okay.
But you probably enjoy watching that more than some potential.
Like Rob and Darius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so to answer that question, I would say it depends on who's playing. Like, this is no knock at my guys, obviously, but...
Did you just cut the gameplay? Now!
Use the promo code to get the legendary champion Green Warden Ruark for free.
This will give you goosebumps, but we know who you'll marry.
Like, you take a, like, J. Lou and Bucks game where you know is more like... Obviously, for the rankings, like, J. Lou and Bucks, they weren't ranked like fucking, 4-2. But I'd almost rather watch that game knowing it's going to be more entertaining, and they're still super tough. And no matter what their ranking is, they could come in any day and beat a 6 or a 4 or whatever that is. Because I've seen Jay Lou and Cam go at it before, and I know Bucks can take down anybody in that top list, but we talk about a game like that, like I'm almost more intrigued in that game than a Rob versus Darius, which could quite literally be a blowout, because, well, I don't want to say I'm more interested in something like that over that, because they're more interesting in their own way. That's a very tough question, but I think the entertaining game is just fun with the crowd environment. We're locked in the gym. If we're locked in the gym, I almost want to see that dominant player dominate, because it's like, it's quiet in here. Like, show me.
Who is the biggest underdog on this entire card?
Biggest underdog on the whole card is Day Day. Even though I have Lat winning the game, I'm not 100% very confident in my answer. But I'm going to stick with my answer. I'm going to go with Day Day. I think Lat's a phenomenal basketball player. I think Lat is favored to win this game, in my opinion. I mean, he was ranked higher too, so I think a lot of people might agree with me. But I think you can't count Day Day out in a game, like, ever. And I think he would be the most underrated for maybe what the polls might say. Or it's like, Lat knows he better be ready to go that day. You know what makes me really excited about this pay-per-view is how we're continually having conversations with our referees on how we can make this space better. Something that'll really help more professionals come to the space and more people be able to see professional 1v1s on the next chapter specifically be the highest quality. Over here is like, we're really stepping up on the cleanliness of the games to see who is a better 1v1 basketball player, not a better hackfest basketball player. Like, I don't want to see two hands on somebody. I want to see you slide your feet and play a good defensive possession, or I want to see you go get a real bucket, not like some forced shit where I'm like, just forced to just get, you're getting fouled the whole time. Like, we want to see real basketball, and I feel like the more we progress, the more we're focused on the next chapter on making sure these games are clean, professional games to find out who is the better one-on-one basketball player. And I believe that the next chapter, like, we're serious about making sure that this is a clean game, fucking clean defense, clean production, nobody on the fucking court, and we gotta keep leveling up. And I think the more that everybody's continues to progress everything that we're doing, the better we'll get. I know a lot of pros right now, like a lot of NBA players, a lot of pros, like, they talk about the space and how, like, it's a little dirty and a little street ball vibe. I'm really trying to focus on how can we really clean it up. So nothing's perfect. This is the first time anybody's really ever tried to grow this space or to grow 1v1 basketball this way. And I think that the more events and the more games we do, the better it's going to progressively get. And with the next chapter, like, we're very focused on making sure the games are professional, you know what I mean? So I think right now, like, this space is getting a lot more respect. People are putting on a lot more events. I love it. I love where the 1v1 basketball scene is going. I think right now, people are starting to compare a lot of platforms that are doing similar things in the 1v1 space. I think it's a little hard to compare them because I do think the games are very different. I think there's like that street ball-esque, overly physical, kind of like more fouls, harder to kind of call clean, real basketball. It's still fun. It's like really fun to watch. I get that. But then I feel like on the next chapter side, we're really cleaning up like professional 1v1 basketball where it gives pros a better chance to come into the space, step into the space and showcase their skill without fearing, like, if I go out there and put my rep on the line, I'm just going to be getting fouled the whole time. I might not get calls as street ball, blah, 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 blah. Whereas opposed to where we're trying to grow right now is like giving people the opportunity to come play real basketball. And I think that is starting to get stamped, and being the difference in the two is like,
with Robinhood Gold, you can instantly start earning 3.5% APY with high yield cash.
Before watches became smart, they were timeless. Ours still are. Hand assembled, heirloom quality, and made to be worn for decades. This is your last chance, 80%.
you know, like sure, like people are like, yeah, there can be multiple things. Yeah, there can be, and like this is the route that we want to go. If you guys have made it this far, or whenever you're seeing this, if you have $10 to support and become a member, just know that it's going towards a company that is putting everything back in to make the product better, to grow the staff, to make everything better on the production, to feed the players, to pay the players, to support longevity in this space. We're continually growing brick by brick. And if you have the money to support, we ask for your support because we will continue to grow this. Whether that's the one-time buy option for the pay-per-view, or that's becoming a member and getting all the exclusive content, you're not just giving us money. You're paying for a high-quality product at a low-ticketed price, and we will deliver every single time.
December 6th, make sure y'all go buy that TNC League. It's only $10. So y'all can watch me bust Moon ass, Rob bust DA ass.
I don't want to hear nothing else from the fans, from nobody. We locked in December 6th. Y'all want to see it then, Marty?
TNC 03. Live from North Carolina, December 6th.
If you got me winning, obviously you be paying attention. And if you got me losing, I hope you lose your fucking money.
Only on TNC League.